Good morning, everyone. This is Lynda at Chic Designs, and I'm so happy to have you back with me. This is another video in our challenge for 2024, the Perfectly Imperfect Challenge, where we're making a coffee table sized slow stitch book, soft book, whatever you want to call it. But it's going to be a year-long challenge, and if you are interested in that, you can look at the playlist and go back to the first introduction video, and it will tell you all about the challenge. It's for beginners through very experienced people, because we're going to put together the book that we can do. We don't have to be perfect at this. It's a perfectly imperfect book, and we're going to be making the themes and the pages, the sizes and the themes that we each individually want to do. All we are doing as a collective group is going to be ending up with our own special coffee table book, one that we can display of our slow stitching or fiber art pieces in a soft book. Okay, let's I promise you that this is not one of my pages. It's not one of my textile art pieces. This is a very messy back to the first page that I've been working on for my book. And this was, I considered, my center page for when you open the book halfway and it opens up. It'll be a full spread. And so I've been working on this, and I'm just about to the point to say it's done. I've added quite a few more elements since the last video. I put a little pocket here because I wanted to incorporate something of the junk journaling thing. This is just a little cluster. Yeah, I hate it when I can't think of what I want to say. And I will be able to slip something, a little note or something into that. I do want to incorporate a little bit of my junk journaling ephemera throughout my book. So for you junk journalers, this is going to be fun for you too. You can use your fabrics and you can use your papers at the same time. You can combine them. Okay, so let me take that out for now. The little pocket here, I did finish the leaf that I made out of the leaf that I bought at a craft store, and I made it to simulate a tree. And now what I'm doing is just the last bit of what I'm going to do before I call this one quit, and I'm doing a little stippling stitch, seed stitch, or whatever you want to call it, that just a tiny little stitch that will secure some of this just a little bit more. Hold down some of these folds in these loose fabrics, just so when people are looking at the book, maybe they're running their hand across some of this for the texture feeling of it. They won't snag it and pull it apart or anything. It'll be well tacked down. And being a grassy area, I don't have to worry about a color or length of stitch or anything like that, because it all blends in with the grassy look. Now this first one was fairly easy for me, because I started with a piece that I had already made, and so that was really one page, and I just had to coordinate something for the other side. You don't have to coordinate. It can be contrast. It can be totally different. You just do this the way you want to. You do not have to make full spreads, because, for instance, when this folds and the book is open, this is going to be a side and this is going to be a side. If I want to make a full spread out of this, I have to do half on this piece, and then I have to do half on the next piece. So you'll have to think that out. If you want some things to be a full spread, you'll have to think that out in advance. But definitely your centerpiece that opens up can be a full spread easily. I used eyelash trim to help me get the grassy look. That is such a wonderful trim. It is so versatile. You can do everything in the world with it, which I have. You'll often see it throughout my different projects where I've used it for something like grasses or stems, or to go up leaves or around flowers and things like that. It's just perfect for landscapes. Now, one thing I have realized already in this book is I have already cut out of a sheet my pages, size of my pages I'll be working with. But I realized that this sheet is a high count thread count, which makes it very dense. And it is hard to puncture through, especially when you get as many layers as I've got on this one. So I'm going to be looking for another sheet that is lower thread count, poor quality you might say, or been well worn, and I'm going to do that at a thrift store. Maybe it's been used and it's well worn, and that's will make it much easier to sew through, and it will still be a stable background. So you might think about that when you're looking for your background pieces. Make sure you don't get a piece that's too dense, because if you're going to be layering anything on top of it, which you will be, it gets hard to get your needle through it. I hope some of you have already been collecting your ideas and maybe even your supplies. Hopefully, maybe you've even designed out or started your first page or whatever, but you're getting ready for this challenge. And also, if you know anybody that you think would enjoy this challenge, please tell them about it. Share this with others, because the more the merrier. Also, on my video in the description, you will find a hashtag, Chic challenge. And if you'll use that, if you're going to post about your piece that you're making, if you're a YouTuber that posts, well, be sure to use your hashtag. That way we can all find your work and admire it. And also, that way we can give each other inspiration, because we can go look up the hashtag and we'll find all the posts on this challenge. So make sure that you do that. We're running out of thread here. Let's tie this off and see what's going on here. Okay. I'm going to call that done. This part here isn't secured all the way, but because I will be coming in and stitching this side and the next side together all around the edges, that will be secure once I do that. So will all my edges be secure once I do that. Okay. It will fold down here, and you see that when I make my pages, I allow for the fold. You don't want a whole lot of work down your fold, because it makes it very difficult to put your signatures together. Probably, will probably try to do 2 or 3 of these units in a signature, depending on how thick it is. And then those signatures that I complete during the year, I will be putting into my book. So always allow your center point so that when you stack these things up, you can sew the signature into the book and it all folds nicely, okay? What that boils down to, and just bottom line is, don't layer up stuff down the center. Keep your work to the sides. At least an inch. Give yourself at least an inch, and you could, inch and a half, even 2 would be fine. Okay, let me bring you down some so you can get a little better look at this close-up of what's going on here. I used some lace things to simulate the clouds. I just tried to bring over to this side the theme from this side, not to match it, but just to simulate it. So I have a little clouds. I have the color tone, of course, going on. I have trees here. I have a tree here. I have this that does go over. I have this little piece that comes over that makes your eye go this way, like this is one whole unit. And it just basically all simulates a landscape. Let's look at this a little bit. Let's go down here. These were little rosettes that you can buy at the craft store. But I thought, well, that's a cute little addition. And it also kind of pulls in the flowers that I made over here in this one. And a little bit together. You're always trying to not copy, but pull things over that when a person looks at this, that they see it as one page. They don't see it as 2. Okay. All right. Okay. So if you haven't started, well, it's not too late. Decide kind of what size you want your book. There are all kinds of videos on YouTube about how to put together signatures and a book. Junk journaling, this is going to be put together just like a junk journal is put together, only the pages are cloth. They're not paper. So you can find many of those to get around. You can decide on a soft cloth cover, or you could use a hard-bound book and decorate it somehow, gut it out, and put it in that. I haven't decided yet how I'm going to do mine. I've even considered a binder and taking the center out of a binder and then getting my signatures in there and then making a cover for the binder itself so that it doesn't look like a binder, it looks like a book. And so I'm kicking it around. I don't know what I will do in the end, but a lot will depend on how many pages I end up with, how many signatures I end up with by October of 2024. And then that will tell me what kind of book I need to do. And our goal is to get all our pages that we want to make in our book done by the end of October. And then we have November, December to complete our cover, outside cover, however we're going to do that, and put it together, and we will have our book finished by the end of next year. And wouldn't it be wonderful to be able to display that somewhere in your home so that others could enjoy your work? They can open it up, they can feel of it, they can examine all the little elements you put in everything, and just really maybe they'll come to inspire them to love slow stitching and the handwork just like as much as you do. Don't forget that you can use crochet pieces and knitted pieces, and you can use cross stitch pieces, embroidered pieces. Any kind of handwork would be beautiful incorporated in your book. So if you like to do those kind more, then go for that, okay? So, all right, till next time, please stay scrap happy.